Episode 13, Festival of Ash and Light. The market had moods, and tonight it dressed itself in celebration. Lanterns blazed brighter than usual, bobbing like fireflies above the crooked stalls. Colored powders drifted through the air, red, gold, and violet sparks that clung to the cobblestones until they shimmered like a spilled constellation. Musicians played from balconies strung with glowing silks, their melodies winding like smoke. Leora followed Aunt Faye and Elias into the heart of it, though she felt uneasy. After the dream vendor, after the collector's shadow, the market's sudden joy seemed too perfect. "What is this?" she asked, brushing powder from her sleeve. "Festival of Ash and Light," Elias muttered. "The market celebrates itself. Or maybe it mocks us." Faye didn't correct him. She only adjusted her staff and moved forward, her expression unreadable. Crowds surged in every direction. A juggler tossed burning coins into the air, each one bursting into tiny phoenixes before dissolving into sparks. A vendor offered candied fruit that whispered the eater's secrets aloud when bitten. Children, human and not, ran laughing with lanterns shaped like beasts. For a while, Leora let herself drift with the rhythm. She bought a small paper lantern painted with shifting constellations. When she touched it, the stars rearranged themselves into patterns she almost recognized, though they slid away before she could place them. Elias walked beside her, keeping his distance from the stalls. His hand hovered close to his belt, where his curved blade rested. The way he watched the performers, the vendors, even the laughing children, it wasn't suspicion exactly. It was recognition. "You don't like festivals?" she asked softly. His eyes flicked to hers, then away. "I've seen too many end badly." Before she could press him, a shout rang out across the square. The crowd turned as a troupe of masked dancers stepped into the center, their costumes woven from ash-gray cloth, their masks painted bone-white. They moved in unison, twisting and bowing in a rhythm older than the music. "The dancers of loss," Faye said under her breath. "They honor what the market has taken." Leora's chest tightened. She hadn't expected the celebration to include grief, but the dancers were mesmerizing, each motion graceful, mournful, like smoke curling from a dying fire. One by one, they removed objects from pouches at their sides. A broken locket, a child's shoe, a shard of glass. They placed them in a bowl at the square's center, then set the bowl alight. The flames rose high, devouring the remnants until nothing but ash remained. The crowd cheered, as though erasing what had been lost was something to celebrate. Leora's fingers clenched around her lantern. She remembered the missing night, the hollowness that gnawed at her ribs. She wondered if somewhere in the fire, her dreamless hours were burning too. Beside her, Elias's shoulders were rigid, his eyes fixed on the flames with an intensity that frightened her. "Elias?" she whispered. He didn't answer. His lips parted, as if he almost spoke, but then he turned sharply away. The celebration swelled. Musicians struck a faster tune. Dancers leapt higher. Vendors shouted their wares above the roar. The market shone with light, with joy, with fire. So much fire. And then, just for a heartbeat, all the lanterns flickered. The music faltered. The dancers stumbled. Shadows stretched across the square, long and thin, as though pulled by invisible strings. No one else seemed to notice. In an instant the lanterns steadied, the music resumed, and laughter washed over the silence. But Leora noticed. So did Elias. And when she looked at him, she knew. So did Aunt Faye. The market had cracked, just slightly, just enough to remind them. Joy was never free here, and beneath the celebration, the shadow of the collector still lingered.